At this time, it is very late in the day, and as the last speaker of the afternoon, you should appreciate the fact that I shall be like Elizabeth Taylor, who said to each of her 7 husbands, "I'll not keep you long." Because if you have come to this installation, then that probably means you are a churchy type person, which means that you probably went to church this morning, which hopefully means that you have already been charged up. Add in Carolyn's sermon and Gretchen's charge to Chelsea, and your charger should be at full capacity, and I'm just here right now to top off all of these other charges and send you whistling out into the world. We all need a little whistle to our wiggle today, because in the last few weeks we've heard anything but whistling. There has been plenty of weeping and plenty of wailing and plenty of whining, but very little whistling. Chelsea is starting her ministry here in Irvington during one of the most challenging moments in Christianity since Martin Luther ignited a resistance movement in the church 500 years ago. As we sit here today, the gospel of Christ is under siege. As I speak, immigrants are being tracked down and separated from their families. Neo-Nazis are given legitimacy. Non-white Americans are more and more marginalized. And Mother Earth is being abused by Father Time and abandoned by Uncle Sam. For Christian congregations, now is not a time for whistling. It is a time to recognize that the basic premise of Christianity is being attacked on all sides. And so let us call it as we see it. In our world today, love is losing. But we can't have that. For people of faith who base our heart and soul on the message of Jesus to love one another, we cannot let love lose. We cannot allow the hate mongers of our country to have the last word on race relations or gender equality or creation care. We cannot not allow mega corporations to control our lives, and we cannot allow a few billionaires to give us our future. Because we have already been offered a future, and it certainly does not look like the present. The future God offers us is peaceful and calm and gentle, and there are no walls to keep us out or hold us in. The future God offers us is a future based in love. And so, any issue in the world today, any idea tossed our way, any social media post, any sermon, any tweet, if not based in love, then we cannot accept it. Some people don't like Brussels sprouts, some people don't like roundabouts, some people don't like sauerkraut, but all Christians must rally around love. If you take Jesus seriously, you cannot walk away from love. It is the basis of our faith. It is the premise of our soul. It is the beauty of our past, the goodness of our present, and is the only faithful path to our future. Love one another is our only charge in life. And so the charge of the congregation today is to go out and love. Love like Jesus. Love freely. Love abundantly. Love dangerously. Love until it hurts. And it probably will hurt, because the more you love, the more someone will want to put you up on a cross somewhere. Because people who hate cannot stand lovers. They cannot stand knowing that love tramples every argument they have. It's like the end of the Gospel of John. Jesus sees Peter and says, "Do you love me?" And Peter says, "Yes, Lord, you know that I love you." And Jesus says, "Feed my lambs." And a second time, Jesus says, "Simon, son of John, do you love me?" And Peter says, "Yes, Lord, you know that I love you." And Jesus says, "Tend my sheep." And then Jesus said it to him a third time, "Simon, son of John, do you love me?" And at this time, Peter felt a little hurt because he had said to him the third time, "Do you love me?" And so Peter said to Jesus, "Lord, you know everything. You know that I love you." And Jesus said to him, "Feed my sheep." Because love requires action. And so if you love God, you have to love your neighbor. And then you have to go out and do something about it. Love that sits around playing a fidget spinner while the world burns is not love. Love that stands at a podium seeking adulation is not love. That's idolatry. Love that promises that you will win, that you will get riches, that you will succeed while others fail is not love. It is self-serving righteousness. Love that talks but does not act is sinful. Now, this congregation, all of you, have acted. Chelsea is the first installed woman pastor in the 111-year history of this church. Can I hear an amen for that? Well, it's about time. What took so long to install a woman pastor? Well, you know, it's typical church stuff. A bias toward male pastors, stubbornness maybe, tradition maybe, lack of trust maybe, fear, maybe even a little lack of faith. Maybe even a love that does not welcome all. But today, all of that changes because it must change. Today, the world has finally forced our hands as Christians because now, in the face of a vindictive, hateful, self-righteous world, we either choose love or we declare defeat. And so I charge you to choose love. And if that is what you choose, well, then you know what to do. Feed the hungry. Tend the hurting. Love the neighbor. That's your charge. And so what are we sitting around here for? Chelsea is on board. She is not an idol worshiper. She does not subscribe to the "we've always done it that way" theology of assured church destruction. And though she has only been in this church 48 days, 16 hours, 45 minutes, so who's counting? I know she already loves you. And so take it from her, take it from Jesus. The time is right. Let us fulfill our call as God's people. Let us go out and love.